Support. Give me a subscribe. Hello and welcome to day 14 of RPG A Day 2020. 14 days in of these strange one-word prompts and doing our best to try and make sense of them. And today's word is banner. Banner. Now I had to look up the actual definition of banner because I know what I thought it was, but it was like, is that actually what the word means? It turns out I was pretty close. Banner is such a powerful word because it, instantly brings to mind flags, banners, totems, symbols of political or ideal beliefs. It also brings to mind giant signs that say going out of business or shop at Chick-fil-A or whatever. But, a banner is a flag, and a flag has powerful connotations, and there's, especially with the turmoil of the political world right now and everything's going on, even just as of recent as today, and Trump's pretty much saying he's going to sabotage the election by not giving the post office the money it needs. I mean, it would be very easy to wave a banner of politics, and so many people are recently using waving their political banners to influence and stick their little fingers into our gaming world. So it'd be very easy to go for that. But I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to go the opposite direction of banner and words and expressing ideas. And when I think of banners, I think of graffiti and writing on walls. And when I think of writing on walls in relation to Dungeons and Dragons, of course, I think of the most famous dungeon that has, mysterious clues and things on the wall, including a giant green head of a demon with a black mouth, Tomb of Horrors. And when I think of Tomb of Horrors, and I think of dungeons that have repeatedly had individuals go through it, I wonder why you don't see more graffiti on the walls. Because it's such a natural impulse for individuals, if they are someplace for longer than a couple seconds and they see a blank space, to decorate it, to imprint it with their personal banner. I mean, it goes back to the caveman and putting the blood of a recently dead animal and putting their handprint on the wall and saying, yes, I killed this buffalo. This is me. I did this, and this is to mark it. I'm in this cave and I'm not moving, so here's some primitive art. Drawing on the cave wall, and all the way up to today's current graffiti is just a natural banner, a natural impulse of us to express ourselves through art. And whenever a human or whatever is someplace where they see a blank canvas and they're there for a couple, more than a few seconds, inevitably somebody's going to write on the wall, John was here, or, going out of business, or Kilroy was here, or Stacy sucks watermelon. It's just inevitable. So how come when you're going through a populated dungeon, like say at Undermountain or a Barrowmay, someplace where there's been a countless generations of adventurers go through before you, you don't see written on the walls, a Thugbard the Barbarian was here, or stuff like that. You don't see graffiti. I mean, some dungeons have done things where, like, people have left warnings, like, beware the gray statue or something like that. But just flat off, a board party, they've camped in a room, and the guy on watch, you never just see a guy is like, just Joe was here. That's something I'd like to see as banners. And getting back to Tomb of Horrors, and the idea of the infamous paintings and the walls and the traps and all the weirdness that is Tomb of Horrors, it of course brings to mind the eternal mystery of Tomb of Horrors, the eternal mystery of no one knows where it is, no one's ever come back from it, and yet everybody's heard of it. How is that? So obviously it's because the individual who built Tomb of Horrors, a Sarasek, is actually advertising. He's actually using banners and using the idea of going out of business. Sponsor me, Refresh. I will sell out. Somebody sponsor me. To get people to come to his adventure. You know, because if nobody knows where it is and nobody has never come back from it, that it sort of kind of fills its purpose. If the purpose of the Tomb of Horrors was actually that the Lich wanted a place where he could go and never be bothered again, but it's painfully obvious that's not what he wanted. He wanted people to come through it. He wanted them to test themselves against the traps, and he wanted to test himself and his intelligence and his cunning against adventurers. I mean, it's just painfully obvious the Tomb of Horrors isn't built to be discovered and to be gone through and to test individuals. I mean, that's it. It's fun for a Sarasac to see how far they can get. And when they fail, he gets pleasure of knowing his trap succeeded, and he absorbs their energy, and whoever he killed becomes future undead minions or whatever. I don't know what he does with the people. But whenever you go, the place is always clean and everything's always reset. So obviously a Sarasac has got somebody going through Tomb of Horror and spreading the word and spreading the banners that come see Tomb of Horrors, come adventure in this place. And it's the same with lots of other dungeons that supposedly nobody knows where it is and nobody's ever come back from. But everybody's heard of it. How is it everybody's heard of it? Unless there's somebody out there waving a banner and saying, come to the Tomb of Horrors. Banner, waving a flag, doing something to get people's attention. How come you don't see more of that in dungeons? I mean, wouldn't it be funny to walk down a dungeon hallway and see like a poster advertising a store on the surface? That'd be awesome. Or, you know, I'd love to see that. Or a game of tic-tac-toe drawn on the wall. Banners to show the legacy of the individuals that have gone through before. And obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about today. I should have talked about the Hulk because his last name is Banner. Yeah, sub to my vlog.